I was 12 years old when Star Trek: The Motion Picture came out, and one of the reasons it came out was because of me. It was because I put pen to paper and wrote to Paramount Pictures and said, you guys have got to make this movie, especially after Star Wars. You guys have got to make this movie. Sci-fi is very popular. There are fans around the world. But that yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing to remember. Okay, Star Trek was before the internet. Okay, so somehow when the series got canceled, fans managed to bind together, write letters, get that show back on TV. Okay, without having an internet campaign, without having a website, without having any way for everybody to get in touch with each other. Somehow the word got out there and the word spread. And then for 79, the show had been off for 11 years. But somehow, the fans got their act together and they grilled Paramount and they wrote and they protested and they put their pen to their paper and they sent the letters, and they didn't get Star Trek with a new cast, which is what they were originally talking about. They got the actors that they were demanding. They got the movie made. It wasn't quite the movie they had hoped for. But I think the second one really was. But I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what, honestly. I will never forget in my life, no matter how old I get, my feeling of sitting in the second row on December 9th, 1979, and seeing, those first couple of scenes. When Kirk is in the little ship, and he's coming around the space dock, and they take that one long turn, and then you see the front. Talk about a 12-year-old having a sexual experience. Right. That's pretty much what it was. That's what I had been hoping for. That's what I've been dreaming of, and it was so amazing. And it's like, if fans can do that, you guys can get the movie that you want. You can get Don Murphy to make at least as close as possible for the first one. Keep getting closer. But the key is, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the internet is for fat, lazy people. Okay? In a sense, when you write an email to a motion picture studio, they have figures, they have numbers for how much it stands for. It used to be that whenever a fan would write a letter, they would count that as the opinion of 10 fans. That got to the point where people would start phone calling. So if people were writing letters, well, it stands for 100 people. Because how many people pick up the phone and dial it? A lot. How many people put pen to paper, find the address, put a stamp on it, and mail it? Not that many. Nowadays, everybody gets on the internet. Yeah, and to the point, people get on the internet and imitate other people, and they know that. They know somebody will get on the internet and have 5 different personalities, and write 5 different emails. So a lot of places will, they get an email about something, they'll treat it like a half a person. It doesn't even count as a full person's opinion. On the other hand, when they get a letter that's written by hand, intelligently written, well thought out, their estimates say some production companies will figure that that's the opinion of 1,000 people. Because that's how rare it is for somebody to sit down, put pen to paper, and write a letter. And so what I keep telling people, is if the movie really matters to you, quit getting on internet sites and posting, or to get on the internet site and post the address of Don Murphy. The physical address. Get people to write down on paper, yeah, Don, I'll tell you, I'll see this movie no matter what, I'll be honest, but you'll get me to see it 5 or 10 times if you use Frank Welker and I was going to say Jim Cummings. Jim Cummings is very talented, but no, he's not the guy, Peter and Frank should be playing those 2 leads, And, I'll tell everybody the same thing. If I get offered the part, as long as they offer me more than $25, I'm there. But I make no...
Would you like the part?
Absolutely, I would love it. But I'm not deluding myself into thinking that they're even going to offer it to me. They have a movie to make. They want to make a lot of money. The way to make a lot of money is not to have me play the lead. You know, realistically speaking, and I understand that. So what I'm hoping for is just don't screw it up. You know,
I think everybody's hoping for that.
So it's like for me, you know, if you cast Vin Diesel, you know, as Optimus Prime. I don't know. I'm hoping that they do some investigation, they really look into it. Because frankly, he played the lead in my favorite animated film ever. He played the Iron Giant.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know. Yeah. Well, it's funny because, you know, I have very different opinions about celebrity casting. When you do the celebrity casting, like in some of these DreamWorks films, it doesn't really work. Then you're casting a celebrity for the sake of a celebrity, and you're putting their name on a marquee. And yes, unfortunately, DreamWorks makes a lot of money doing that, putting Ewan McGregor in as the lead of Robots. Even though anybody who saw it knows the difference between what Ewan McGregor did in Robots and basically 150 actors that I know was nothing. Robin Williams was a different story. But what did Robin Williams do in Robots was significantly different than what he did in Aladdin. Not much. Now on the other hand, what Disney usually does with their casting, I can't argue with. Because they usually get the actors that really work and really bring the character to life. So if in the big screen version of Transformers, they get somebody who really does the job. You know, like if they have Patrick Stewart playing Megatron, I think that would be pretty cool. Because Patrick Stewart's a really amazing actor. You know.
Don't get fried, get alive.
Yeah, he'd be like,
Rescue 911.
none of Transformers we shall destroy. You.
Work the red call.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I know they've got computers, they can cut it out, but you know, that's a different story altogether.
Right.
You know, but as I was saying to the guys before, I mean, my feeling is that what they should do from a production standpoint is they should go with Peter and Frank in the leads, and then get the stars to play the secondary Transformers.
Yeah, like the Mark Hamill for Starscream.
Absolutely. I mean, he would be great, but his name wouldn't necessarily get people in, but he would be really good at it.
Yeah.
And he would essentially probably do like something close to what he did as the Joker.
Yeah.
Which would be great.
It would be awesome.
Great. You know, but realistically, you know, that's where you get, you know, that's where you go ahead and cast.
I think you should play Ironhide. Yeah, absolutely. I think you should be great at it.
Well, hey man, like I said, I'll audition for anything.
Write a letter.
And you know what? I'll be perfectly honest with you. In a selfish way, it's one of the reasons I'm out here. Okay, because I want to be in that movie. And I'm hoping, maybe some of the people that I meet and talk to, and I say, put pen to paper, it's mostly because I want you guys to get the movie you're asking for. And this is one of the ways you do it, you know? And so, hey, if I can do you a favor, if I can do something nice, and hopefully cosmically, spiritually, it comes back to me. You know, whether it's in the movie or just, you know, having my show picked up or whatever. You know, if I feel like I can give you advice to help you get what you want, why the heck not? You know, along the same lines, you know, the producers approach me, do I want to be in the movie? Hell yeah, I do. You know, I mean, I did some Star Wars video games. You better believe I wanted to be a voice in that last movie. Of course. You know, I mean, I'm jazzed that he did a couple of the games, but you know, these guys that get in the movies, you know, it's like, you know, I was in a robot suit in 2 scenes in Empire Strikes Back, flying into New Zealand, and I'll tell you all about it. These guys are good. I know, dude, trust me, I know. The guy who I'm partnering with on Wolfman, actually, he manages, does personal appearance management for a lot of people who are into Star Wars and did some of the sequels and stuff. So yeah, he's got connections to a lot of them. Probably your little blue-headed girl.